Colorado Congressman Mike Coffman will be in that meeting with President Trump this evening. The Republican broke with his party, reaching out to the office of Democratic Senator Dianne Feinstein. He says he wants to help her put a stop to what he calls a human rights disaster at the border and would support a House version of her bill to end family separation. Congressman Coffman joins us now. Welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Now, Republican Ted Cruz has a bill that does something similar. Why are you reaching out to a Democrat on this?
Well, certainly learned of her bill first. I haven't read Senator Cruz's bill. I think she was the first one to have a bill out there that corrects this particular problem, and I think it's important to do so. And I do think the administration has the ability to suspend this problem right now through prosecutorial discretion in deciding until we get the law right not to prosecute these families coming over.
In the House, the Immigration Compromise Bill may have a provision that allows families to stay together when a parent is charged for unlawful entry, but it could mean that entire family is detained for maybe indefinitely. Is that a better solution?
Well, that's not. I mean, the better solution is certainly to have a very expeditious process to make a decision. But certainly in the meantime, to keep these families together, I think that's the most important thing. I think that we sense the emotion. I don't know if we sense the depth of the emotion that these children go through. I mean, they come from countries where there is no social safety net, that the family is their entire life, and so when you pull them apart, it's such a traumatic thing for them to experience. I've been in developing countries like this where they come from, and it's horrific. I think we sense it. I don't know if we sense it in its entirety, but we have to stop it.
I want you to respond to something the president said earlier about what he sees as the conundrum of stepping up enforcement.
When you prosecute the parents for coming in illegally, which should happen, you have to take the children away. Now, we don't have to prosecute them, but then we're not prosecuting them for coming in illegally. That's not good.
What's your response to this defense of this policy?
Well, the mere fact that we apprehended them and that we can return them to the other side of the border, we can certainly do that. I think that he believes, as the Attorney General believes, that by prosecuting them with this misdemeanor in a first offense, crossing the border illegally, somehow we're going to deter that from happening in the future. I don't think that that's going to work. I don't think that that's going to deter it. The president talks about border security. Let's address those issues about border security. But this is breaking these families apart like this is just a non-starter.
Numbers USA, the Federation for American Immigration Reform, these are conservative groups who have opposed the so-called moderate legislation that's moving in circles in the House. They're calling it amnesty because it offers a path to citizenship for Dreamers or DACA recipients. Are you ready to go against these conservative groups?
Oh, I've been ready for a very long time. I have a large Hispanic community in my congressional district. I've had the opportunity to meet with these families, to get to know these families that have these children who are taken here, young people who are taken here as children. And so, they're really part of the fabric of our community now. They're part of the fabric of this country. And they really, the DACA status, although better than nothing, is a gray area.
So
and
far,
they need
just
certainty
to
going
jump
forward.
in for a second, President Trump has said that border issues are good for Republicans. Right now, politically, are you feeling that's the case?
Not right now, not the way this is done. How incompetent can you possibly be to think that this is a win? A win for who? A win for who? Not for the American people, not for this country, not for the view of America internationally as a beacon of hope for others. And so this has got to, this has got to stop. Anybody who thinks that this is a successful policy is just wrong.
That's Republican Congressman Mike Coffman of Colorado. Thank you for speaking with All Things Considered.
Thanks for having me.